Good morning, class. Welcome to Orange Lutheran Freshman Biology class. I am Mr. Johnston, and I will be your substitute teacher for the day. Today, I'm going to be answering a few questions from the class. First, I would like to start off with talking about cancer. I'm sure many of you have been affected by cancer. So does anyone have any questions? Yes?
Yes, sir. I have a question. Uh, what is cancer?
Well, student, cancer is the uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells in the body.
Where does cancer come from?
Cancer comes from when the body's normal control mechanism stops working and the cells keep growing out of control, forming a tumor.
Oh, why do we get cancer?
Well, cancer happens because abnormal cells in the body do something unordinary and the process breaks down and cancer begins to form. There's a few other things I would like to talk about today. One of them being phases of cell cycle and mitosis. Here's a chart to show you some pictures. In cell cycle, there's mitosis, and mitosis has interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and cytokinesis.
Action.
The second thing I would like to talk about is tumors. Tumors are abnormal growth of tissue, but there are two types of tumors, malignant and benign. Malignant tumors are the tumors that invade surrounding tissue, and benign tumors are the tumors that are good, that don't really affect your body.
Action.
Some causes of cancer that I could give you an example of. I have a couple actually. One of them would be radiation, another would be smoking, and that's a pretty serious one, lung cancer. There's UV rays. We get a lot of people with melanoma down in California from the UV rays. That's a big skin cancer. There's viruses, and there is genetics.
Action.
Okay, class, I would like to move on to genetics and inheritance. Does anyone have any questions on that? Yes?
Yes, sir. Mr. Johnston, I have a question.
What question is that?
Well, how did I end up with blonde hair and brown eyes? My parents have brown hair, and my dad has blue eyes, and my mom has brown eyes. I just don't see how this happened.
Here, I got a good example or a good answer for that. Well, in each cell, the body contains 23 pairs of chromosomes. You inherit one chromosome from each parent, and those contains genes that you get from your parents. But you can get mutations or changes in the DNA code. For example, like your eye color or your hair color. So, your hair color may change in the DNA code like it happened to you from your parents. And so did your eye color. For the genotype is an inherited trait, and the phenotype is what you see. The eyes are explained through the Punnett squares using dominant and recessive genes. So that should basically explain it to you. Here's an example of a Punnett square. The uppercase letter Y is the dominant gene, and the lowercase y is the recessive gene. And pretty sure you can figure out the rest of it. Okay, class. I would like to cover one more subject. Let's talk about sex cells. Does anyone have any questions? Yes?
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yes, Jimmy, what would you like to know?
Number one, how are sex cells made? And two, are they different for males and females?
Well, Jimmy, you know that the body cells divide by the process of mitosis, and mitosis produces two new cells, each containing exact copies of the chromosome in the parent cell. And each new cell has a full set of chromosomes, but to produce a sex cell, a different cell division is needed. And so this is where this comes in. A human egg and a human sperm cell each have 23 chromosomes. When the egg and the sperm join, a diploid forms. This may develop an offspring. Meiosis is the type of cell division that produces a haploid cell, sex cell, from the testes into the ovaries. There is no difference between a male and a female sex cells, but they do have different body parts. Like the female has eggs and the male has sperm.
Before we wrap this up, I would like to show a picture of the sperm going and attacking the egg. This is an example of sex cells. Okay, class. I hope everybody enjoyed the class. That's all I got today. Have a nice day, everyone.